What we done started. Look at what we done started. This the people party. Peace and love, party people. It's Talib Kweli, the MCEO, the BKMC, in the place to be. This is the world's best podcast, The People's Party. And as you know, I call myself the BKMC because I'm from Brooklyn. We're about to take a deep dive into the heart of Brooklyn, into the heart of Bedford-Stuyvesant. We're taking a deep dive into the annals of hip-hop history and to one of the most transformative eras, the 90s, when artists from Brooklyn and artists from New York City in general was coming together and working together, but also everybody had their own unique style. Nobody sounded the same. You had Nas on one side. You had Wu-Tang on the other side. You had Redman on the other side. And in Brooklyn, you had Biggie Smalls and the Junior Mafia. This artist today started his journey with Notorious B.I.G. and the Junior Mafia. Junior Mafia gave us such jams like Get Money, Players Anthem, the debut album, Conspiracy, the album they did after that, the Riot Music. Beyond his work with Junior Mafia, this guest has been an amazing solo artist. He was at the epicenter of these movements. These movements would not have existed without him. Right now, he is one of the most vocal advocates for preserving and maintaining the legacy of B.I.G., the late Christopher Wallace. Rolling Stone magazine once said about this artist, he's not just Biggie's protege, he is a living testament to the golden age of hip-hop, a beacon carrying forward the legacy of one of the greatest. From surviving the East Coast, West Coast nonsense to dropping debut albums like The Wonderful World of Caesar Leo. This dude, man, I can't wait to jump into this treasure trove of stories that he got. Ladies and gentlemen, representing BK to the fullest, we got my peoples in the house. Lil C's.
No doubt,
Caesar
no
Leo.
doubt. What's up,
on the People's
baby?
Party.
What's good, my brother? No doubt, no doubt. Likewise, man. Thank you for having me.
How you feeling, C's?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed. You know,
Good to see you.
I'm
Thank
alive,
you for doing
you know what I mean? We here.
Yes, indeed.
Still moving, still shaking, still rolling, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt. I want to
Blessed for
shout
that.
out Trick Daddy.
No doubt. Shout out to Trick, man.
Because
Shout out
we
to
in
Trick
his
Daddy.
spot.
We're in his studio in Miami. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Floridian now.
Yeah,
You know?
tell us about that. You
Yeah.
moved to Miami. Last time I saw you was at Backstage at the New York State of Mind tour.
Yeah.
I said, how you doing? And you didn't say, I'm okay, I'm good. You said, I'm great.
Yeah.
So that's good to hear. More
No
people should
doubt.
say they're great more often. And you talked about your move from New York to Miami and how you gained peace of mind.
Yeah, no
So
doubt.
jump into that a little bit.
I just, you know, it was just time for a change, man, you know. I'm over 40 years old now, I'm 46. So once I hit that 40 mark, you know, that's when I started to want to venture and just, you know, figure things out, try something new, get a new experience, you know. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you were in the tri-state area this whole time?
Yeah. I was still in New York. You know, I done dipped and dabbed from New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I lived in YO for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then everything else was back home in Brooklyn. But I was all over Brooklyn, Bensonhurst, Flatbush. I lived in East New York. But you know, I'm from Bedford-Stuyvesant, you know what I mean, which is now Clinton Hill, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, gentrification done changed the whole game now.
That's true.
Over there in
They
New
changed
York.
the neighborhoods to make names of the neighborhoods to sell the properties.
Yeah. But for my time, in my era, it's still called Bed-Stuy to me.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
That's right.
No doubt.
It's interesting you said you spent some time in Yonkers because I know you have a great relationship with all of the locks.
Yeah,
probably
for
all
sure.
of D-Block.
Hell yeah.
And I've heard you talk about how Jadakiss, who you did a lot of music with, how one of his favorite albums is your debut album, The Wonderful World of Caesar Leo.
Yeah, for sure.
And I heard there's talk of Jadakiss being involved in part 2 of that album.
Yeah. He's going to executive produce the Wonderful World of Caesar Leo too. You know what I mean? So that's why I've been taking my time with it. Because, you know, he's been busy, you know, since Versus. You know what I mean? He's been all over the place. But just even before Versus, you know what I mean? All of them got solo careers outside of the group with the Locks. You know what I mean? So I'm always around. No, that's family. That's been family since day one, since they signed the Bad Boy. Then after Biggie died, they kind of just been like our backbone to the Mafia. You know what I mean? Just like, those are our brothers. Those are our alliances right there. And, you know, as the years went by, we got tighter. Jadakiss, that's like one of my best friends. But that's what the whole group, Luch, SP, you know what I mean? They always
You know,
hold
me
us
and him
down.
got an album together.
A word?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up, man. SP, like, the niggas don't know. He's one of the hardest working people
Oh,
in the
yeah,
world,
man. That's
dog.
the hardest out.
He dropped 4 albums, I think, in 1 year.
No,
I
it's
think
crazy.
2 years.
Crazy you say that because I went on tour and I was like, who should I take on tour? I want to get an artist that people wouldn't expect to see me with.
Yeah.
I was like, Styles P. I go on tour with Styles P.
Yeah.
And then it's somebody who I got to compete with because he
Yeah.
got platinum hits. I don't got no platinum hits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You got records, though,
I got
dog.
records.
I ain't know you ain't had no platinum joints, but you got some blazers.
No, I got some records and I do well on the tour
No doubt.
circuit.
No
so
doubt.
it was a good match.
Yeah.
But it was like, well, I wanted to challenge myself. But he was like, yo, if we go on this tour, we should do a record together.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, yo, I got an album with Styles P. This is crazy. I felt special.
No doubt.
And then 6 months later, he dropped the album with Burner. I was like, when did you even get a chance to do this shit?
Yo,
We've been on tour this whole time.
Listen, man, they
shout out to Burner too.
Yeah, shout out to Burner. SP, man, shout out to my brother. He's one of them dudes that inspired me, man, the way he works.
Yeah.
Like, it's nonstop. And for somebody to be in the game that long, you know, over 25, 30 years plus, and to still have that work ethic is just like, it's amazing to me, you know what I mean? So I did recording out their studio. When I do go to New York, I record out the D-Block studio. You know what I mean? They always open their doors like, yo, listen, man, you know.
I feel like this. They can't see past the lights, but the D-Block studio gets this vibe.
And it's just, it's a great space to be in because they all about the work. So you just got to just like, they all got their own room. So I got to catch hours with, all right, Luch ain't in there. I can go in Luch's room. All right, SP, he coming at 7, let me get there before 7. All right, Kiss ain't coming till 9, let me get in there before 9. But they, you know, they open their space up to us, the Mafia, that's brotherhood with them. But yeah, SP, he's one of the underrated, man. I think he don't get the props he get like a Kiss do, and neither do Luch. But as a group, after the verses, I think people started to recognize and realize how much work and how much important they are to hip hop. They still been together. You never heard no bullshit about them, no gossip, and they still been maintaining their brotherhood since day one. No hating, no nothing. So they're definitely inspiring to us. For sure.
Now, you and I used to run into each other in Brooklyn before I even got on.
Yeah. You used to come to the Golden Cross on Fulton Street all the time.
I did.
Like on a bike sometime, with a skateboard. I'm like, this nigga cool as shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you like to see artists in real form, you know what I mean? Like, because that's what you gravitate to outside the music, you know what I mean? I ain't got to like your music. I can like what you stand for. I'm like, you know what? It's one real motherfucker. He used to be pulling up here dolo, too. So on the bike, sitting on Golden Cross, and I know where he at. I'm like, this nigga on the block right now. This the hood. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy is that for me, it felt like home because when I was I never lived in that area. No, that's not true. That's not true. When Dream Hampton used to have that crib.
Yeah.
And she moved out that crib right on Gates, I took over that crib.
Word?
So I lived in that crib in that area for years, for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And then I moved back to Park Slope. I was raised at Park Slope. But when I was living at Park Slope, Summit Junior High School was like a gifted and talented program that existed inside of PS11.
That's my public school I used to go to.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I used to essentially go to PS11.
Yeah.
And then it moved from the PS11 building to the 113 building.
Still right there on the Delphi.
Yeah, that's when
right
113 was rough.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still like that.
Nah, it's not like that no more. But come on, you talking about the 90s now, you know what I mean? Before the phone eras and technology, you know, and social media. Yeah. Like, nah, you was all on your own.
And then I went to Brooklyn Tech. So I went from PS11 to 113 to Brooklyn Tech.
And that's all, and you all was still like right there. You didn't go too far.
Right. Yeah. So I'm familiar with Country House.
Yeah.
And I'm familiar with, we're going to hang out at Restoration Plaza. Yeah. Even though I didn't live there, that's where I spent all my time. Yeah. All my friends was from those areas.
That was all our stomping grounds. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up on St. James, which is right around the corner from PS11. That's why I went there. But when I chose junior high school, I didn't go to 113. I went to 258. I went to the 8 Ball. Right. That was on the Nostrand Avenue side in Marcy. So I was over there on that side. But, all that was our stomping grounds from Marcy Avenue all the way down to downtown. So, Franklin, Bedford, Clinton, Waverly, Vanderbilt, Atlantic Terminals, all that was like our safe zone for us. Like, back in them days, you couldn't go to, don't go to Brownsville if you don't know nobody. You know what
I went to Brownsville for hookie parties, but you had to be invited in by somebody who already lived in the buildings.
Yeah, you better know somebody.
Yeah, and we used to be in Fort Greene Park because I was in Brooklyn Tech. Yeah. But that was a risk.
Yeah, even going there. And we were so close to there, but even just going in them projects. Don't play around in them projects in the 90s.
You go to Fort Greene Park now, it's like white women playing frisbees with dogs and all types of shit.
They jogging, they working out in there. Nah, back in the days, you'll go there, you'll get stomped out, you'll get jumped, or you'll get robbed, even Albee Square Mall, you know what I mean? Because downtown was right, the Farragut Projects and Fort Greene was right behind downtown. So anybody that wasn't from them projects, they was coming down there to downtown terrorizing dudes. Right. Robbing you for your fronts and shit. Like, it was real back then, you know what I mean? Right. But it changed for the better. So I love going back to the K now though, you know what I mean? It definitely changed for the better. At least your nephews and nieces and kids now, it's not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah, it's different. It's different.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, you met Big when you were 7 years old, right?
Yep. Like 7, 8. Yeah, when I was on my way to public school, I was going to my graduation. I got hit by a car like 2 days before I graduated from public school. So I had crutches, and I was on crutches walking to my prom, suited up. And he stopped me and gave me like $5. Like, yo, here, go grab you some shit, you know, enjoy your day. And that was like my first real interaction with him. I used to always see him a lot around my neighborhood and stuff, you know what I mean? Like just seeing him on the block doing his thing. And that was like kind of like the first like interaction that I'd never forget and always remembered. And then, you know, it was kind of like just, it was that thing from there, you know what I mean?
When I think about that crutches situation, I think it's ill to me because y'all had that situation in the car accident.
Yeah.
He was on crutches. Crutches has always been, you know what I'm saying, involved in the relationship somehow.
Yeah, hell yeah. I got hit by a car like 2 days before my graduation. And I was strolling to my graduation for Dolo. And he was just like, you know, just peeled off a couple dollars, gave it to me, and was like, that was our introduction from there. You know what I mean? It was on and rocking from there.
I've heard you talk a lot about how Big really put the crew first, and he was all about the crew.
Yeah.
But there was some sort of ill vision he had going on because he also went and spoke to your moms.
Yeah.
When you was like 14, right?
Yeah.
And essentially convinced your moms to let you be a rapper for a living at 14.
No doubt.
That's an ill vision.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, because, you know, we was already doing stuff. I was already out there in the streets at that time. You know, 11 and 12, you know what I mean? You start to tap into junior high school. I'm outside following all my other junior mafia friends because they was all a little older than me. You know, Nino Brown and Chico and them, they all 3-4 years older than me. So when they 14, 15, I'm out there 11 and 12 chasing them, trying to hustle for them, you know, trying to get my own pack from them. And Big wouldn't let me do that with him. He was doing that with all the other young guys, like that was really active outside, you know what I mean? He was, you know, doing his thing with them, but he never would let me do that. So once he figured out the group thing, he was just like, you know, I'm gonna go talk to your moms because I wasn't going to school as much. I was going there, but I wasn't going as much. I'll leave my crib, put my knapsack under my staircase and go right down the block to his crib and just play the beats for him or wind them for him while he just writes, you know, while he get his writing on. And he was like, once he figured out the plan, he's like, I'm gonna go tell your moms, man, because you ain't doing shit out here. You're gonna get caught up out here. You're gonna either be dead or in jail. You know what I mean? Or you ain't gonna have no future here. And he went and told my moms, like, I'm gonna take him with me. And she was like, as long as you keep him safe and you keep him good, I don't have no problem with it. He was like, trust me, I got him. I'm gonna make sure he all right. I'm gonna make sure he good. And then she sat me down and talked to me and asked me what I wanted to do. I told her I wanted to do that. She was like, do you rap? I was like, nah. He said he's gonna write. He said he's gonna write the songs. And he's gonna, you know, he's gonna do everything, ma. Like, and I want to do it with him. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, you know, just make sure. I want you to stay in school. I want you to go to school. That's what she wanted for me. But she was like, listen, you know, you make sure this makes up for that. You know what I'm saying?
He saw that you was a rapper before you saw it.
Yeah, he saw it. I mean, you know, Big had that vision, man. And, you know, back then you didn't understand it because we were so young, but now, you know, being in my 40s now, you know, I outlived him 20 plus years now. So I'm like, I look at it like, damn, man, he was just like so ahead of his time. Like like you said, he had a vision. He saw something. And it was all him. He was like, he knew the writers that he had from the group. He was like, all right, the ones that's not writers, I'm gonna take care of that. But he saw something in me where he was like, yo, I could do something with this kid right here.
Yeah, it was the idea of putting the crew on was more important. I was hearing somebody talk, you know, somebody who's in the culture, but they not one of us. They're not from the soil, like, but they in the culture, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna put their name out there because I don't want to blow them up. But they were talking about how they were annoyed at some of the nepotism going on in the business. Like, this dude put all his homeboys on his album and it brought down the quality of the album because they don't rap like that. You know what I'm saying? And while music is subjective, everybody could have their subjective opinions.
Of course.
You know, while I absolutely agreed creatively with his subjective opinion, I'm like, yeah, I also don't like those songs. However, my view of it is not that he shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
My view of it is that he did that because this rap shit, for a lot of us, maybe not for you, but for a lot of us, it go way beyond just bars and being nice.
Yeah.
It's really about getting out of the hood. It's really about, so it don't matter whether your homeboys is nice or can rap or not. If you trying to put your homeboys on in this music, I'm applauding that.
No doubt.
Y'all gonna figure it out at some point. I don't gotta like every song.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? But that part of it is the cultural part that people miss.
Yeah.
And if you only think that it's about critiquing music and you're missing the culture part of it.
Yeah, no doubt.
I learned that lesson even, you know, working with High Tech. You would ask me about High Tech when you talking about Cincinnati.
No doubt. Shout out to High Tech.
Shout out to High Tech.
No doubt.
A lesson I got from High Tech, and not just High Tech, but Mood and everybody out in Cincinnati I was making music with, was just dealing with that New York elitism. Yeah. I was never a New York elitist. At least I didn't think so. I always gave music a chance, but my ear wasn't in tune. When I first heard Master P, Ice Cream Man and all that, I didn't get it, and they was all bumping that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is it that I'm missing? And they was like, yo, you listening to just the bars and the beats. We respect the hustle.
No doubt.
And adding that aspect of it opened my eyes up to make me being able to appreciate more music.
No doubt. The same way with our situation, you know what I mean? It made people appreciate the culture of it. Like you said, we wasn't doing it to rap. I didn't want to grow up to be a rapper. That wasn't my thing. I enjoyed it and I loved it. It was something that just kept us out the streets. You know what I mean? Like, after you finish hustling, you finish doing your due, you went in the house and you went and listened to an album, or we'd take a walk downtown to Beach Street. Whoever album came out that week, we going to buy it. LL Mama Said Knock You Out, NWA, Niggas for Life. I can remember going to buy certain albums, because that was like our way off the block, outside, out of the trouble shit. You know what I mean? So I always enjoyed the music. I never thought I would be a rapper, but that's something he kind of brought me into, because like you said, the whole objective was to get out the neighborhood.
Right.
So his thing was like, nah, if I'm gonna make it, I'm taking these little ones with me, because I don't want them to get caught up here.
And like Taoism, they talk about the theory of the uncarved block. You look at an uncarved block, and you can see the potential in that block before it's even carved.
Yeah.
You was the uncarved block. He saw what he could shape out of that.
Yeah.
Before you was able to see it.
And that was started from just doing hype man stuff with him. Like, you know, I did his first shows with him. No rehearsal, no nothing. He just gave me a microphone. It was like, don't sing the whole shit. You know what I'm saying?
Don't sing the whole shit.
Yeah, don't sing the whole song.
Just
I'm like,
do the hype parts.
Okay, I get it, but it was kind of like sitting in the studio playing songs and we just reciting them, we know them. And it was something that happened from there. And that's kind of like, I think that's when the idea of like, okay, he's learning it. He got it. He got the charisma. He got the shit. Now, if I could just jot him down some bars, then I think I'd be all right with him. Then once he got my feet wet into it, then I started to learn it myself. Now I'm starting to like, okay, I could do this. I'm sitting there, see how he get into his tune of writing and what he do, how he writing it, what he's writing. And I'm like, how you come up with that? Or what do you do? You know, the first thing he told me if I wanted to write rhymes, he was like, don't try to be like me. Don't try to match my bars. Don't try to compete with me. But you know how you can always win, be melodic, melodies. You know, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah, he was
He made me feel comfortable with that. Like, all right, because I used to be like, imagine trying to write a rhyme around him and you never wrote a rhyme before. I'm like, nigga, I ain't writing no raps. Nigga, you Biggie. Like, I ain't competing with that. I never wrote a rhyme in my life, but he was like, it ain't what you say. It's how you say it. And that kind of got me more comfortable to start to even try it. You know what I'm saying?
He was clearly a scientist with the whole, not just with the writing the rhyme, but also the whole presentation of the art and the marketing and promotion. The Crush on You record, it was confusing to me and to a lot of people for a long time.
Yeah.
Because it's your song.
Yeah.
And when you hear it on Kim's album, you're like, okay, there's a lot of C's verses on this song. Did I miss the Kim verse? Where's it at? You know what I'm saying? And you know, I know that the record was, it was crazy to me that, and then Kim had to throw a verse on. She do a verse on, and if you're a DJ, and you know I DJ parties now.
Yeah, no
and
doubt.
you play a party, and you don't let that Kim verse rock, the girls
they're gonna be pissed off. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Doubt. That's a fact.
That verse, you know, Jay-Z, when Jay-Z wrote "Give It to Me" with the Pharrell, I saw him do an interview where he said, the way I write, the verses are the hooks. Everybody and rap fans, you want to sing along with the verse.
Yeah.
So I started writing my verses as if they were hooked. He said, that's why I do the Carl Thomas in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all a science.
Just so you could get that crowd. You want to make them engage.
Right.
I mean, you want to get them in tune with it.
And so with Crush on You, with that extra Kim verse, her whole verse is a hook.
Yeah.
She did it a couple times with the Benjamins too, but that
you want a cheap chick, better go down the freak nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, those are like lines you ain't even got to say. Once you plant it, she's got to put the mic out there in the crowd. They sing her whole verse regardless. Like you said, it's a hook.
It's a hook.
You know what I'm saying? And that was a setup song for me.
That's
why I was on the album.
But this is how good the setup song was. Lil Kim album dropping, and he got the fans checking for C's album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From a song that's on Kim's album.
Yeah, because that song just took off. You know what I mean? And that didn't come out to after Big passed. We already had shot the video because, you know, he's not in the video, but if you look at behind the scenes footage, Rap City footage, Big is there. He didn't want to get in the he didn't get in the video. His whole thing was, nah, this is Kim shine. This is your shine. You know what I mean? So the video ain't come out till after March, till after he actually passed away. And I think that kind of added impact to it, to the song too. But the song already was getting hot once Kim album came out. It was like, you know, and Lance Rivera and Big in there, it was like, yo, what we gonna do? Because the radio station's playing Crush on You. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we can't shoot a video for Lil Kim album with just C's on it and Snow Kim.
This is like,
so
he's too good at marketing.
Remix to it. You know what I'm saying?
He's too good at it. He's sort of Future. He's too good at it.
And I ain't like the record.
Right, and you also talked about you didn't like because you wanted to have more hard records.
Yeah, I want to do, Warning. I like to play his anthem, and I like that the fuck bitches get money. I'm like, what's this crush on you? And he was like,
that was that puppy love vibe.
Yeah, because that was gonna be the name of my album. He was like, nah, chill out, relax. I ain't gonna steal you wrong. And I'm like, all right, he run the show, you know what I mean? And I trusted his mind state. I trusted everything he was doing because he was the one that was breaking all the ice. He was the one that was making everything happen, and nothing was failing for him. So it's like, why would I not take his word, take his advice, and take his intuition with everything that was going on? You know what I mean? He was like, trust me, watch what this record do, and it did exactly that. It's my biggest record to this day.
I bring up the puppy love thing because I didn't know about it until I watched a couple of interviews with you, and you brought it up.
Yeah,
you said that the whole vibe of the album was going to be like Teenage Crush. Puppy love, and it's crazy that you say that because I remember when Crush on You dropped. And I was sophisticated enough as a fan of music to hear that's what y'all was doing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was attached to an album because that never came out.
Yeah.
But I remember thinking, first of all, Crush on You, I think of the Jets. You got a crush on you.
Yeah.
I think of bubblegum shit when I hear that phrase.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's some teenage shit. That's like if Pretty Ricky was out, how all the teenagers like that Pretty Ricky?
Yeah,
that's what I think about, teenage music. And the whole, and when you say the melodic, the whole singing the hook, it sound like some high school shit.
Yep.
And I'm like, this is bug because on one end, they the mafia. And they selling drugs and busting their guns. But when C's dropped this record, it's like they back in high school.
Yeah.
I did not like it. I liked it a lot, actually, but I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is something different that they're going for.
Yeah. And, I was young, so I didn't really, I didn't get the strategy of it. Like, how you breaking it down. Mm-hmm. It was hard for me to understand that as a teenager then. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, I get it. You know what I mean? Right. I'm listening to him and Lance have these conversations, and they're like, this is how we're going to set up this record. This is what we're going to do here. This is how the video going to look, and this and that. And off of Kim shit, this is going to get him going to do the puppy love thing. I didn't see it in that song until it actually, took off, but then now Big is not here now. So I'm like, damn, what I was going to do with this project? Because that's kind of like how he wanted it. He was like, yo, I don't want no dudes to like you. Basically, he was like, yo, listen, I don't care if the dudes don't like you. I'm feeding you to the chicks. Because we used to do these high school shows and we used to do college shows, and, I was nobody at this time. They grabbing my legs. They pulling my clothes off. He was sitting there like, okay, I think I got an idea for this. I'm going to write this little kid a bunch of little rhymes. He's going to wear a JanSport knapsack, Tommy Hilfiger, he's going to be nice and fly, and all of the little high school girls going to love him, and I don't care if the dudes don't love him. But this is the route I'm going to push him towards. And when you hear Crush on You, that was like the
sonically
setup. Yeah.
That's what it sound like.
This is what this puppy love going to sound like. It's going to be a lot of this. You're not doing no give me your loots. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing none of that. We're going to have you 2 or 3 records like that. But no, your signature sound is going to be, you're going to be the woman. You're going to be smiling. You're going to be dancing.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're going to be doing that. Kind of like what you see Mace doing.
Right.
After that.
Right.
Mace is smiling. Mace is dancing. That was that same rendition that Big was trying to do for me.
Right. You mentioned Lance on Rivera.
No
I don't know if you know this part of my story, but I had one of my first apartments I ever had was on Classen and Gates.
Yeah, you was right there, though.
Right? And Mike and Nine from Freestyle Fellowship, I met him at the bodega buying Dutch Masters. Mm-hmm. And he came over and started freestyling. And then he moved in. He was managed at the time by Daddy-O.
Yeah.
So he invited me over there. I went over to Daddy-O crib with Lance Rivera.
When he was staying on Irvin? When he had the studio on Irvin place?
I wasn't in a studio, it was a house. It was actually on, Was it
across the street from all right. That was a new spot. Because we did our first demo in Daddy-O studio, but it was in his crib.
Okay.
In the basement. It was right there on Irvin between Gates and Putnam.
Right.
Right across the street from 56 Park.
Nah, this was Daddy-O and Lance, and they was in there. And this is crazy that I'm sitting here with you because I remember him sitting there with the remote in his hand. This is when I first met him.
Yeah.
Watching videos. Watching MTV, watching BT, and he's talking about, I got Junior Mafia coming out, I got this group coming out. And I didn't know what that was because it wasn't out yet.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm going to direct the videos. And I remember thinking like, dude, you going to direct the video? Who is you? Y'all not going to get Hype Williams or somebody? Like, who is you? And he ended up doing all that.
Yeah.
He ended up doing exactly what he said he was going to do.
Salute to my brother Lance Rivera. Yeah, straight off the streets. You know, he was out there making major moves, hustling, doing his thing. And once we created the whole Junior Mafia thing, and Big trusted it, and Big gave him a shot. Like, nah, you know what? Write the treatments. We gonna let you shoot him. He shot every Junior Mafia video. Players Anthem, I Need You Tonight, Get Money. He did Crush on You. You know what I mean? That was all.
That's genius.
Yeah, all his vision.
Yeah.
Without no type of knowledge, no type of homework, no schooling. Just
learning on the job.
Nothing. Just like, yo, here go the idea. And he got behind the camera and he made it work, and Big trusted it, and it worked. You know what I'm saying? It worked for us. He did every video. So he was the vision for us. Big was the music, and he was the vision. And you know, him and Big was partners with Undares, and Big went and got his own label deal together with him, and we was the first group on there. And everybody was going to like kind of break down from there. Kim was always solo. Klepto was a solo artist. And you had the Sixes, which was like me, Nino, Chico. God bless the day. He just passed away August 14th.
Yeah, rest in peace, Chico.
And then you had Bugsy and Capone. We all lived on St. James with Big.
Right.
Then you had the Snakes, it's Trife and Larceny. They lived on Cambridge, around the corner from us. And that's who Un was working with. They was called Two Bad Child. Un had them and was like working with them. So we, you know, him and Big got together, and we put all of us together as the Junior Mafia. And that's kind of like how everything got created.
Word. Rest in peace also to 50 grand.
No doubt. R.I.P. to 50 grand. R.I.P. to Bristol.
Bristol, yes, rest in peace.
Yeah, I lost like, you know, we lost like three or four odd peoples, man, within like the last 4 years. You know what I mean? So
50 grand, and Mr. C and Clark Kent. These are the type of people who were seeing the vision with Big before.
Yeah,
right?
No doubt.
Shout out to Clark Kent because he produced Players Anthem.
Hell yeah. Shout out to my boy Clark, yeah.
Now, when Puff comes in the picture, this is the question I have for you. Because when I'm interviewing you, your story is legendary.
No doubt, appreciate it.
And your proximity to all these figures, Puff, Tupac, Big, is legendary.
Yeah.
So I imagine, and I see you probably get the same questions over and over again. So I'm trying to make sure I'm not asking the same questions over and over.
No, I got you.
But this is what I want to know. In my, if you agree with me, from how I look at it, Puff is a controversial figure, and he's polarizing. You love him or you hate him.
Yeah.
But from what I notice, there seems to be a pattern of people who work with Puff, get upset with Puff, get a situation with Puff, and everybody grows up, and people come back around to Puff and be like, you know what? I've seen your vision a little bit better.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same way?
Yeah. I mean, you got to just understand him. I think, far as for me, I was able to be around him before all that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Big was one of the first, him and Craig Mack was the first two artists signed to Bad Boy. And before Bad Boy, Puff was already working with Big with Uptown before he got fired from Uptown. You know, Big set it out with him, thugged it out with him till he got his deal with Arista, and then Big was right there. Then it was Craig Mack. So I got a chance to see a lot more than all the other artists saw that came after, you know, the Locks, you know, Mace and, you know, Black Rob. Before all of them came, it was Big there first. So I just saw a different side of him. I mean, the dude is about work. He's about work. So just imagine somebody new coming in at that time when he's already motivated, moving. They just gave him a bunch of money, and he's investing his money into these artists, this and that. He's going to be straight up honest with you. He'll come in there straight tell you, that shit whack. He's not going to brush it up to make it sound nice. But that's how he brought the best out of you. And I think some people wasn't ready for that at that time.
Right.
So, you know, like you said, it's that hate and love. But then when he loves something, he got you. And his vision of how he was doing things, like, he has a great ear for music, man. He has a great vision, too, for a look. Like, you know what I mean? You know, once you put something in his hands that he loves, he's going to make it work. But it take work. He's up 24 hours a day at that time, just up. He's in your ear. He's coming to your sessions before you finish your verse. He's like, I don't like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, motherfuckers like, man, lock him out. Like, you know what I mean? So I guess that could kind of build that love and hate, you know what I mean, like, type of relationship for him. But then once it's done and it's right, you love it. Right. And you benefit from it, too. He created that look. Yeah, y'all, you might not like the shiny suits, but then once that shit started to pop, look what happened. He was just creating a thing, and that's the one thing I do respect about him. You ain't gonna always agree with him. You ain't gonna always be on that type of time with him, but he's just one of them dudes, I think, that just bring the best out of you. And I saw that from the very beginning, you know what I mean? Like, from before he was the super duper Puff, you know what I mean? Like, when he was actually just growing with Big and growing with Craig Mack and really, really nailing his foot in the business, you know what I mean? Like, he was working for that shit, dog, and that's, you know, you got to have
I remember the Bad Boy Street team. And,
yeah, you got to have a strong skin. Yeah, you know, all that stuff he was doing.
I remember the Dougie Fresh video, seeing him dance in the Dougie Fresh video, all that era.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So now he has he had his own situation, and he ain't want to fail at that time. You know what I mean? You know, the street teams would be posted up everywhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and who knows if they was getting paid or not, you know what I mean? But they was down for the cause type of thing. And all that, I think, which helped build that brand and build that brand to go to the top. And everybody wanted to be a part of that situation, especially after Big and Craig Mack. So, you know what I mean?
Everybody wanted them bad boy hockey jerseys and
hockey jerseys.
T-shirts.
They wanted the bad boy jacket. Yeah,
jacket.
You wanted to come to the parties.
That was
like,
a
you know
cheap
what I mean?
little jacket with the drawstring
No,
joints.
yeah. Though that was one of them fleece joints. You know, one of them thin joints. Like we made it. He was making it work, man. That was all him. We was just kind of like just, you know, Big was just playing his part in that. And you know, as far as us, we would just, you know, whatever Big support, whatever Big's doing, we were just kind of behind it. And you know, we all were just applauding him because without him putting Big on, we wouldn't have got on. You know what I mean?
Doubt.
So, you know. Major shout out to Puff. You know, that's the brother still.
No doubt. Now, it's hard to pick a favorite song by Big, but being that we in Trick Daddy's studio, I want to mention that Trick Daddy has a song called Everyday Struggle.
Yeah.
In which he samples Big lyrics from Everyday.
I don't even know how you hear that. And, you know, me and Trick was label mates on Atlantic Records. You know what I mean? I just see my boy CO in here. Okay. That's my dog. I just saw him come in here. That's my bro right there.
Word up. Now, Everyday Struggle is probably...
That's my favorite song.
That's my favorite Big song, and I heard you say that.
That's my favorite Big song.
So for me, it's like... Ready to Die is such a masterpiece of a work, and there's so many different vibes and energies. But for me, not growing up with Big and not knowing him, that's the song that I felt like I'm really hearing Christopher Wallace.
Yeah.
More than any other song.
No doubt.
Some of the songs is the Mafioso Don personality. Some of the songs is, you know, I'm a pimp, I'm a player. I mean, some of the songs is I'm lyrical, miracle. But this song is like, yo, I know how it feels to wake up fucked up.
Yeah.
This song is like...
Yeah, pockets broke as hell, never rocked as hell.
It was like, okay, I'm hearing his mama's child on that record.
Yeah. It was like a testament to kind of like Juicy. Like, you know, like Juicy wasn't the hardest record, it wasn't the softest record, but he was just keeping it real. He was spelling it out. It's a straight rap Cinderella song.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. He was manifesting all that he wanted.
Juicy is Planet Asia said on this show that Juicy is supreme alchemy. It's alchemy. It's like you taking elements and chemicals and creating something that doesn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you make it exist. You know what I mean? Like he everything he was talking about actually started to come into intuition. Just in that song, he didn't have none of it at that time, but he was speaking of it. He was bringing that shit to light. So Everyday Struggle was kind of like that's what that song is to me. Like you know what I mean? I just felt like besides the bars and the delivery and the flow, I was listening to the words he was saying. What he was saying, it was like this was just the real tale of real life. That was actually happening. That's what you was trying to do. You're trying to get enough work to get out of town. You want that girl to hold you down that's not going to snitch. All that was like a true tale of just stuff we were seeing, stuff we were experiencing. Things that we knew that was actually going on, things that he was actually doing. You know what I mean? And I'm like, this is it right here. Like that song don't get old to me, man. I listen to that song like it just came out yesterday, today. You know what I mean?
Is that Easy Mo in production for that song?
Yep. Easy Mo B did that. Easy Mo B did majority of that album.
That's the height of Easy Mo B's superpowers right there. Those type of beats on that, man.
Yeah, he did that. He did Warning. He did Machine Gun Funk.
Yeah, man.
He did a lot on that album, but You Know That Ain't Right. I think he did Respect too. Like Me and My Bitch. He lived on Clinton Avenue. You know what I mean? Clinton and Fulton.
Yeah.
So he used to jump in that Acura and just come pick Big up, and we're just riding the car.
And the rapping is fundamental. Remember that record he had?
Yeah.
And then he worked with Miles Davis. We just interviewed Master Killer, who has rapping as fundamental on his album. On the album he did in like 2018.
Wow.
And I was like, I didn't even know brothers were still getting down.
Yeah.
He said, oh no, he said Easy Mo and AB. I think AB is the dude's name.
Yeah,
he said they ain't never stopped. And I just wasn't tuned in.
Yeah. Like when COVID was happening, I would watch Mo B live. Easy Mo B used to be on live, man, and his basement was like, I'm talking about just crates of records that he'd be playing all these disco samples and these hip hop samples and these loops. And I used to be in there just getting educated. Like he used to be playing just records.
Right.
Just records and just giving people knowledge on just like his upbringing and just educating you just on music, man. I used to tune into his shit all the time and just watch him.
Word.
You know what I mean? Salute to Easy Mo B, man. True legend, true icon producer out here. Now, I don't know if this generation know about him, but he still got that heat.
They got
too.
They
still got the heat.
It's up to us. We got to talk about it.
He did some of Tupac's biggest records too. People don't know that. You know what I mean?
He's the reason that Biggie and Pac met. Right?
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, we're going to get into that.
Sure.
But before we get into that, we're going to stick with this era because I want to shout out Faith Evans.
No doubt. Shout out to my sis Fizzy from the Bricks.
Yeah, shout out to Fizzy. And I know she was on the album version of I Need You Tonight.
Yeah.
But Aaliyah was in the video version.
Yeah.
You're not on that song.
I'm not on that.
But was Aaliyah was like around y'all at that time.
Yeah, because she was also signed to Atlantic at that time too. So, her and Kim was like super tight, but she just came like a sister to us. Like, the label kind of like brought us together, but, once we got up and met and our vibes just clicked, and she just did a lot of stuff with us. Like, if you look at our history, we was the Hot Like Fire video, we was in that. Kim was in the If Your Girl Only Knew. She was in that One More Chance, she was in that. She's I Need You Tonight. Like, we did photo shoots together, like, because we was label mates, so they kind of just attached us to her because she was young too. We were young, and we just kind of like just embraced each other. She was just like that was like little sis with us, you know what I'm saying? Always around, and we just always hang out with her and her brother, you know what I mean? She became like family with us. But we couldn't get Faith cleared. I guess a lot of stuff was going on with Bad Boy at that time. The shit with Big and Fade, like, so. She didn't get cleared, and then, of course, we was just like, yo, we fuck with Aaliyah, so let's, Leah came and sung it over and shot the video with us, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, Faith is singing the original hook on the album.
Yeah,
a lot of shit was going on there. You know what I mean? Shit was going down.
You might have been there the day that I met Big. I met him with Pac. You might have been there. It was at a club called the Country Club. I used to work with Jessica Rosenblum.
Okay, yeah, the promoter.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
And she used to do all the parties. And her and Puff was partnered up.
Yeah.
And they had this party she did a tunnel. That was her shit. And they used to do this R&B Thursdays, R&B Live or some shit.
Yeah.
And
I think she did do Roseland too. I mean, all the little spots around. Yeah. She was definitely doing most of them.
She did a party at a spot called Country Club.
I remember the Country Club too.
And it was Big and Tupac in a VIP section with a couple other people.
Yeah.
And they were smoking a blunt. And John Forte was my rhyme partner at the time. He's the person who taught me how to write structure bars and all that.
Yeah.
So Forte was at the table with him. I think C Knowledge from Diggable Planets was there.
Yeah.
And so I'm standing, you know how they got the table in the club and you can't, you're not cool enough to sit at the table, but people at the table.
Yeah.
So you stand
yeah.
You know
what
I'm saying? The rope is right here.
That's where the crew be at.
Yeah.
When Big used to sit with certain people, I ain't Lil C's, I ain't that person, but we gonna sit in the corner. Me, D-Rock, C Gutter, we got a seat.
Yeah.
But let him politic, and it's his work time. All the rappers, the superstars is there.
All sitting together.
The goons. And the other motherfuckers, we on the other side,
the
plus ones and the plus twos,
yeah.
The homies or the nigga that's up next, just stay over here and just chill here. We'll let you know when you can come get the picture, let you know when you come say what's up. You kind of had the PYP, you had to play your position, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I was playing my position and I got handed the blunt. And so I'm like, in my head, I tell that story, I smoked the blunt with Biggie and Tupac. They didn't know that I was in the cypher.
Yeah.
But I got handed the blunt, part of that cypher. But there was a shootout that night at that club.
Damn.
The night that I met them. Everybody had to duck, everybody grabbed their coats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was the grimy 90s time. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and famously Biggie had the whole party and bullshit routine where they did the fake the fight on stage.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
Yeah.
And you've talked about how that was Tupac's favorite record.
Hell yeah.
And how they really connected musically.
Yeah. That's how they connected, just from that song.
And the song that you had, you ended up connecting with Outlaws and them later.
Yeah,
and I want to get into that later on.
Salute to the Outlaws, baby.
Salute to the Outlaws. But I want to quote you from the song you have, the Bury the Hatchet song. You said, I would have taken a shot for Big any day. Believe it or not, I would have taken one for Pac.
Yeah.
And I don't think people really understand how it wasn't just Big that had love, it's the whole Junior Mafia.
Yeah,
that had love for Pac.
Hell yeah.
That was like, that was your brother.
Yeah, just his relationship along with Big. You know what I mean? Like him embracing Big and showing Big that love and us knowing who he was at that time. Come on, man, that was epic for us. We young kids, dog, 13, 14 years old, you know what I mean? Like, and Tupac was actually coming to our neighborhood. He'd come on Fulton Street in St. James and hang out with us. And, that was very rare in them times where artists, like, really came to your neighborhood. And really,
not that neighborhood.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And hung out with you, you know what I mean? Like, us being 13, 14, we looked at everybody like, we ain't gonna never see a LL Cool J, Right. We ain't gonna never see a Busta, you know what I mean? Like, that wasn't the thing to us, because we always thought we was gonna always be stuck here. So to actually see somebody of his stature, Tupac, come to Brooklyn, St. James and Fulton, where niggas is out there hustling, niggas is out there with pistols and people getting robbed, and he's right there, regular, chilling, hanging out with us and talking to us, giving us game, and that shit really stuck on us, you know what I mean? And just his relationship with Big, like we go into the studio, we seen him all the time in the lab. And one time Big sent me to go take him something to the studio. To his hotel. And I had to go to Big house and go pick it up, get on the train and go take something to him. And that was the first time I actually got a chance to sit there and just bond with him dolo. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was talking to me, you know, like, he knew who I was, you know. I'm 15, 16, I'm like, this nigga Tupac Nobi, he know my fucking name. And I was sitting there smoking with him, and we smoked till the nigga fell asleep. Now I was like, yo, dog, you know, yo, I'm out. I'm gonna go back to Brooklyn. Let me know if you need something else, and, you know, I'm here. I'll come do that, you know what I mean? And that was like I love this dude, man. Like, that was just like one of the realest dudes I met at that time, like, outside of just my crew and Big, like, because the way he would just embrace, and not just Big, he embraced all of us. Like, you know, he knew my whole crew, you know what I mean? And that was the love right there. So, yeah, at that time, yeah, hell yeah, I would have definitely did that. You know what I mean? Like, because outside the bullshit, that was still our brother. That was still our friend, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I understand what happened. That was just the, you know, media and other people in our ears, and that escalated some shit that didn't need to go that route, but that didn't change my love for him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really meant that.
Right.
Because at that time, he was family with us. That was our brother. You know what I mean? Like, we was fucking with him heavy.
Now, documented in the movie, you know, I've heard you say the movie is 60% real. But hearing you tell the story and then hearing how they documented that scene in the movie, I feel like that scene in the movie was trying to be as authentic as possible. Yeah. When Pac got shot, you were there. You were one of your first people. You and Nino,
my boy,
right?
Nino, yeah.
You and Nino. Yeah. And I've heard you tell the story of what happened, and it's well documented what happened with Pac. But what I want to ask you is, you had guns put in your face at the time in that elevator.
Yeah,
when
people
that was
don't be talking about that part. They just wasn't. I mean, of course, it wasn't as crazy as what happened to him and his crew at that time. But yeah, you know, we kids, bro. But you know,
you 15 years old. You got guns 15, in your face 16, at the time. What was you going through in that moment?
Nervous as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and that ain't the first time that happened. Of course, growing up, when we grew up at, you saw things happen. You know what I mean? And
but this is an active situation in play.
Yeah, in play, emotions. You don't know what's going on. Yeah, no, they could have pulled us out that elevator, say get on the floor, but you know, them niggas like the way that happened. It was like they knew like these some young niggas. Get the fuck back in the elevator. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like that shit really happening? And my first thing was to do was go upstairs and tell my boy, like, yo, he ain't believe me. I was like, yo, be out. They throwing Pac them down right now. He like, stop playing. I'm like, nah, that ass, bro. Like, no, he's getting robbed downstairs. And Big was just like, yo, y'all stay right here. I'll be right back. And Big ain't never come back upstairs. And that's when we came downstairs and, you know, the police was snatching everybody up, you know, grabbing everybody, getting your information and all that. But yeah, it was real. You know, that's not what you expected. You know what I'm saying? I'm hype as shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I'm about to go get Pac. Like, you know, I'm sure you got some of that LA weed. You know, I'm geeked up and shit. Like, we're about to get high as fuck, have some fun. It was dope to always be around that nigga because he always giving you some game. He funny as fuck. He always talking shit. And this is Tupac, my nigga. You know what I mean? And I love to see him and Big connect. And you know, he was like really just like part of our team. So I was just super hyped. And you get down there, it's like total opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what the fuck? You gotta
go into survival, almost go mode.
Yeah, like... Yeah. Not expecting that. That's the last thing you're expecting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was going to walk downstairs into that type of situation. So, you know, I was just super nervous, man. You know, super scared. And, you know what I mean? Like, you know, because it's actually, like you said, in real time, it was a real situation going on. You know what I mean? So, and especially when you don't got no idea what the fuck is going on, you're like, yo, what's actually happening? It's our first session, too. The first Junior Mafia session. Yeah. We was recording Players Anthem in it, our first session. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that shit was crazy.
Now, it's Players Anthem, and then, you know, Get Money is a huge record. Yeah. Getting Money is almost a huger record. You know, almost, you know what I'm saying? Like, that remix was very tough. Tupac famously took that remix and made his own version of it. You know what I'm saying? Hit him up. It's not just a diss record, but it became a big, huge record. Yeah, it's one of those
commercial hit. Outside of No Vaseline, that's probably one of the fucking craziest diss tracks ever.
It's definitely scathing. You know, when you start getting personal, it gets scathing. Yeah. But beyond the personals, with Big, he mentions your name several times in the record. Yeah. Which I think shows a lot of things. It shows how close you and Big was. Yeah. But it also shows how close you and Pac was.
Yeah. And that's why, that's the only thing I get joyful out that song. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, because I think that tells people the tale. You know what I mean? Like, he knew me. To say my name the way he said it, he knew. That's like the story I just told you. That happened on a few occasions of me having to go do something for him if Big not around type of thing. You know what I mean? So he knew. To me, That's more than anything for me. I'm cool with that because I actually understood him. I knew what he was about. Once I knew the situation was coming, we knew him enough to know, like, he's going to speak on shit. He don't bite his tongue. He don't hold back from nothing. He going to speak his mind. We just ain't think he was going to go that hard. Like, goddamn, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? Hard. Damn, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, he jumped out the window. We knew, like, once we knew, all right, it's some misunderstandings. We know he's going to speak on that. He don't hold no water. That's one thing we all knew. We've been around him for some time, you know what I mean? But I didn't think he was going to really, like, go that hard. But, we didn't even trip about it, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't hear us make no diss songs, no rebuttals back, you know what I mean? Big was like, let that shit ride. Because Big thing was, hopefully, I can get up with him and, we could talk this shit out, you know what I mean? But we was ready to make a song, we had shit, we had shit lined up, right? But Big is like, nah, we're not doing that. That's not the energy we're trying to bring to the table, you know what
Sometimes
I mean?
beef can be one-sided. And I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I was a fan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm reading the Vibe magazines and all that too, trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But sometimes, I've had problems in my life where I've had situations in my life in this rap business, right?
Yeah.
Where rappers will be mad at me. Rappers I thought was my homeboys. It's happened more than once.
Yeah.
People be in their feelings. Egos get involved. You got people in your ear, you're not communicating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have more than one situation where I'm like, what is Buddy mad at me for? I don't.
Yeah.
And it's like, I have diss records I've made about niggas that I haven't put out. Because I'm like, once I put it out, this is over.
Yeah.
The shit I say on this record, I'm gonna end you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna,
like, it's no turning back type of thing. It's like, once I put this out, like, that's it. I don't think you gonna fuck with me after this one. You know what I'm saying?
And if I have genuine love for you, I'm gonna want to leave that door open. And I'm saying this as a man in my 40s.
Yeah, no
Big
doubt.
was in his early 20s making these choices.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? We not gonna throw fuel on that fire.
Yeah.
And because in the future, whether or not he named his album Ready to Die, so clearly he understood mortality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pac talked about death all the time, so clearly he understood mortality.
Yeah.
They knew they wasn't gonna be around forever. But Big, even with him understanding that I could die at any time, he saw that, you know what, Lil C's might link up with Young Noble and them later, and I need to create the space for that.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. And I think I truly think that's what happened. Because we outgrew them. We outlived them, I mean. You know what I'm saying? We outlived Tupac and Big. And, for us to, when we talked, it was like, yo, for all these years, I never met a Young Noble until we started talking and communicating, but we ain't like each other.
Mm-hmm.
And
you
we
said
ain't
it was aggressive, right?
Yeah. It was a phone call through somebody. Somebody I was talking to was around them. And they kept saying my name. And I guess, and Young Noble heard it. And he grabbed the phone from them and was like, yo, what up? And I was like, what up? He was like, this is Young Noble, Outlaws. And I was like, calm. I'm like, what up? Right. He was like, Young Noble, Outlaws. I was like, I heard you the first time. Right. What's up? And God bless the dead Fatal from Outlaws. We had an altercation. It was something light, no fists, no blown shit, but just some yelling and some bullshit. He asked me about that, like, yo, so what's up with that situation with Fatal? And I explained to him what happened. Like, yo, listen, that was our first time seeing each other, and we had some words. It wasn't nothing crazy, but that opened up the dialogue for me and him to actually talk. And before you know it, me and him wound up being on the phone for like 2 hours. So it went from being very aggressive. He was aggressive. I was just like, yo, listen, I'm not with all that. Okay, I heard you the first time. What's up? Are we going to talk or we not? You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to say some things to him because I knew how close he was to Pac. And I wanted to let him know some things that probably he didn't know about. Or some things that probably got read wrong or understood wrong. Yo, listen, bro, I just want to let you know this. That wasn't us. That wasn't us. And this is me telling you that. And he told me some things, and that's kind of like how we bonded from there. You know what I mean? Like, so before we did the K-Slay record, me and him was talking like 4 years ago before that. And he
rest in peace to K-Slay, too.
Yeah,
and
rest in peace to
K-Slay's a visionary for that record as well.
Hell
and for that video.
Yeah, and he didn't know. He was like, yo, would you do a record with the Outlaws? I was like, yeah, of course. I was like, I talk to Young Noble all the time. He was like, for real? I was like, yeah, I be talking to him.
Right.
That's my brother.
My
like, yeah. He was like, oh, shit, I didn't even know that. You know what?
Right.
I was like, well, at least you was on your mind was right. You was on the right. You was on the right track. You know what I mean? We was already talking about, putting some work together, and we was like, if we're gonna do it for anybody, it's you. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind doing it with you. And that's how we made that happen. EDI, I spoke with all of them. We shot the video together. We met in the city together. So all that shit was a little like, just from the history, like, man, y'all supposed got accused of doing this. I'm about to meet y'all in the city. So, you know, our tensions is all like, you know, like, but we let each other know that, like, yo, nah, dog, this ain't that no more. You know what I mean? We on a different kind of high right now. We're chasing a different kind of dream, and we wanted to do that for the culture to let people know, like, yo, listen, man, look what we lost from that. We want to keep that going on. People got kids now. People got families, brothers and sisters and wives, and what we gonna keep doing? Hating each other, and we don't even know each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did that do to Tupac and Big? Both our loved ones is gone. So we don't want to keep this going and lose more people. And you know, once we figured that out, we just kept it going. So them still my people to this day. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Shout out to the Outlaws, the whole Outlaws, man.
No doubt. Questlove has a theory that the '95 Source Awards is a pinnacle turning point in hip hop, and I know you was there.
Yeah.
And you know, if you watched it, I remember watching that on NBC after Showtime at the Apollo once. That's where I saw it.
Yeah.
That year it came on. I was shocked. I was like, Source Awards on NBC? Hip hop done made it.
Yeah.
And then I seen what was happening. I was like, oh man, I don't know if this was. I see why they put this on at 2 in the morning.
Yo, man, that's probably one of the wickedest award shows I've ever been to, man.
But Diddy, who's now Love.
Yeah, Brother Love, man.
He was working on his Brother Love back then because he was like, you know, there was a lot of tension in the room, and he diffused the tension.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of what Big did by not making that diss record.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like,
for sure.
It's like a passing down.
Yeah, because Suge was straight directly talking to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he made it very clear. You know?
Yeah.
People try to say, he was talking about Jermaine Dupri after that. No, he wasn't. He was talking about Diddy, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Straight up. And I applaud Puff for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, to get up there and like, yo, nah, you know, Puff said it. You know, I'm the one that, you know, the comment was made about.
He did. He said, I'm the one that the comment, that's exactly what he said.
So I got love for them. You know, I got love for everybody. You know, we just trying to push the culture, you know, represent, keep everything on the positive note. I give them big love for that because the team, like us Brooklyn niggas, wasn't trying to hear none of that.
Well, testosterone is a motherfucker, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We in there like, what? Like, all right, yeah. No, we was doing in there? Nigga, we was throwing the laminates out the window for my dressing room so we can get all the Brooklyn niggas in there. You go upstairs, drop a laminate down, come up, take another laminate, drop it down, set it up. Yeah, next thing you know, we got 30 motherfuckers backstage. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, like, what's up? Right. You see when Big won that last award, all the niggas that jumped on that stage?
Yep.
Like,
we did it, Brooklyn.
Because that was the attention. This after.
So when he said we did it, Brooklyn, he meant we got all the Brooklyn niggas in the van.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
We did it. Look, we all did.
Like, because they was just jumping on there. I was looking, I'm like, oh shit, that's my nigga from the block. Oh shit, that's my nigga from Breezewood. Oh shit, like, nigga was just going upstairs. That's my nigga from M.A.F.I.A. Like, nigga was just like, after that point, it was no rules no more now.
Man, shout out to M.A.F.I.A. That's
big run
that's
forward.
deep Brooklyn. When you say M.A.F.I.A., I got niggas from No Shanav, like, they hear that and they be like, oh, he said M.A.F.I.A. on the show.
No doubt. That's a fact. There's a lot of history down there in M.A.F.I.A.
Word up.
That shit go from Nostrand near fucking Flushing near Marcy, all the way down to Eastern Parkway,
all the way
to
past
Empire
that.
Boulevard. Yeah.
Nostrand Avenue go to the junction.
Yeah, so that was like a real like award show. And that was after he made that statement. So everybody was riled up. Wu-Tang was riled up. Nick was... Yo, that Source Award was crazy, my nigga. DJ Quick was straight rhyming that MCA.
The Quick shit was crazy. When they came out with
they was about to get it on in there. Yo, it was
with the everybody came out of the cells.
Yeah,
that shit was hard.
And Quick came out there and said, you left out the G because the G ain't in you. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on in here? Like, they're coming at each other. Like, oh, wait, hold on. Like, Andre 3000 got there. Yeah, the South got something to say. Right. Like, it was a lot going on. So
he said, why y'all doing all this?
Yeah.
We about to be Laffy Taffy up. We about to come for y'all niggas.
You know what I mean?
It's about to be on.
Yeah, so you in the award show, dog. Yo, you in the award show like this. You in there like, yo, like, you damn near have to put a ice pick or something under you, like, yo, man, like, because that was like, what, the second one? Or like, yeah, that was like the second one, I think. It was like, so that tension in there was just like, this is hip-hop, dog. Like, and you got all these different regions, people together, and look, God bless, nobody got hurt, nobody got killed, so that's successful. It was a success, but that was hip hop. You want a hip hop award show, you got it. Those are some times, but they was great times though. You know what I mean? Because those situations didn't happen a lot the way it happens now. Like every time you go on social media, something happening to somebody going to jail. It's something. It was very rare situations then because everybody was still everybody was fucking with each other.
And there was no internet. We heard the shit you talking about. The streets didn't even hear about it until 6 months later.
Yeah, unless you got on the radio or or you got to wait for a Source magazine or a Vibe to come out. You know what I mean? Or rap pages. Like you had to wait. You were literally like. Wait, go to a stand or go to a store to buy. Oh, I'm waiting for that.
Yep. You go to the stand, and the one stand you get your magazine from, keep asking the dude if he got it yet. He's like, it's not here yet.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you read them then. Like, now we don't pick up those no more. You going right to the net. You grabbing your phone and, this is the new way we get our information. You getting it right away, too. You know what I mean? So a lot of things, like you said, a lot of times people didn't hear about these things. You only go get what fully happened a month later, 2-3 weeks later, or if somebody from the radio was there, they getting on the radio the next day. Any journalists, they talking about it. But yeah, it was cool. And so we didn't have nothing to show off for, nothing to try to prove to nobody for. You know what I mean? It was everything was strictly on you, and the streets know about it before anything. You know what I mean? Because it was people that was there. Oh, nah, nigga, I was there. The block is talking about it the next day.
Right.
Like, yeah, nigga, I snuck in that shit. Yeah, he was in that shit. Shit was crazy, yeah. M.A.F.I.A nigga threw us down wild passes and shit, you know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah, we was good in there, my nigga. We was 30 deep in that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's straight up what we did. We were just straight, like, we had a window, and that shit was right there on that side where everybody was trying to get in, and we were just throwing the laminates down the window, bring it back up. Now, once you in here, you on your own now. You got to give up that laminate, though. You gotta go down to somebody else, and niggas like, fuck that. We just rolling with the rush. And don't put it on. Like, yo, don't put that shit on, bro. Like, I used to tell people, don't put that shit around me. I'm about to get this to somebody else, fam. Don't even put that on me, dog. That's about to go to somebody else. Don't put it on.
Right.
That's gonna go to somebody else. Don't put it on.
Right.
Yeah. And once you get in here, you ain't got no laminate now. You in here. I ain't got nothing. I can't help you no more after this. I got you in here.
I see you getting kicked out. I just see you getting kicked out. That's all. I'm just looking.
No, you got just look at me and go, good looking, bro. I told you to stay right here. Listen, this is where you can stay with no laminate. Don't try to start going other places now. And you ain't got no credentials. It's over.
Right here.
Like, yeah.
It's your spot.
Now you're gonna try to go out there and want to watch the show. They're gonna be like, yo, where your laminate at? Oh, no, you gotta sit over here, fam. You gotta go right here. Then you don't want to argue and be on Broadway now. They got cameras now. Be like, look, this nigga getting punked. Look at him getting played. Like, nah, I told you to sit right here. The security I know, he gonna let you stay right here.
Right.
Don't try to dip off, do no extra shit. I can't do nothing for you.
That was the other part. The security,
I'm gonna see you. You're gonna be calling me those C's.
Make friends with the door people and the security.
I don't even see you, dog. Yeah, make your friends in politics. Go stay in that corner, fam. I'll go get you some drinks. I'll do that. I got you. Stay your ass right here.
Right.
If I see them yanking you up, I'm gonna act like I don't know you.
How you do it? You get the one cup and fill it to the top and get a bunch of cups, and then you got the one cup, and then you pour everybody a drink like this.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we all got drinks now.
Yo, man, like people don't know about that type of shit, but that's how we used to have to move like that back in the days, man. But back in the days it was a lot more leaning, like security ain't gonna stop Wu-Tang when they come in 100 deep, my nigga. I'm sorry, it wasn't no bottle services back in the days. You went to the bar and bought your Moet and your Hennessy. You ain't have to have 10 girls to come in your section to get in for free. No, nigga, you got 30 niggas in there at the door, and they all got one eye. Like, remember how M.A.F.I.A used to be with half hair braided, half afro, one dead eye. He got a bunch of niggas with their face covered. You like, nigga, you better let them niggas in.
Right. What did Raekwon say?
You better let these motherfuckers in,
What
dog.
say on the Stretcher? But you ever seen the Stretcher Barbito movie?
Nah,
you gotta watch that shit.
Yeah?
It's dope. Radio changed the world. He said, we showed us 100 niggas with masks on. 100 niggas with masks on. Not mask, masses.
Yeah. Niggas got champion hoodies. With no string.
He said 100 niggas with champion hoodies
with no string in it. Yeah, these niggas like, they look like they ain't bullshitting. And they at the door. And M.A.F.I.A like,
bitch,
all
we
on
the list.
Let them all in. When Big used to pull up at spots, everybody would start to just gravitate. Like, if it's just 15 of us, next thing you know, yo, be out. Next thing you know, it's 30 of us. And Big's like, yo, if you don't let all of them in, I'm not coming in. And whoever could get in. And the next thing you know, niggas is like knocking the door down. Like, that's how it was in them times. Like, you better let them 30 niggas in, dog, or you about to get ran over. You already know how it is. Nowadays, it's under control now, or at least we know how to swindle it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna interview. Right, it's a little bit more civilized.
You know what I mean?
Before we move off with the Pac situation, I just want to know if you have any thoughts on being that you were so close to the situation, on the recent development of the Keefe D shit, him being arrested.
Listen, outside of all that, Pac got a family, man. So any justice towards that is, it's love. You know what I mean? I'm glad they can get some, some comfort, some peace, just to know something is getting handled, you know what I mean? And, you know, I'm waiting for that day for B.I. too, so Miss Wallace can get that closure, his kids can get that closure, and we could put that part past us, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we just got to continue to keep growing, keep working, and hopefully, I hope that could happen for Big as well, but I'm glad that his family, his close ones, could get a chance to get some closure, you know what I mean?
Yes, indeed.
So that's love.
Yes, indeed. Now,
R.I.P. to Tupac, R.I.P. to Shakur.
R.I.P. to Tupac, yes, indeed. Shout out to Miss Wallace. I enjoy following her on Instagram.
No doubt, yeah,
She looks like she's living her best life.
Yeah, shout out to Mama Wallace, a.k.a. Mima. That's what we call her.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
On Wonderful World of Caesar Leo, this record, Everything, is a beautiful record, brother.
Thank you,
beautiful.
Dog. Thank you.
It's like a heartfelt letter to Big.
Yeah.
And you talk about Miss Wallace on that record.
Yeah.
Tell us about writing that song.
I mean, it was hard, you know, because I had to tap into something I don't, you know, that wasn't my type of, you know, that wasn't the type of, you know, sound and, you know, lane I was trying to go for, you know what I mean? I was still trying to stay in lane of what Big wanted for me, you know what I mean? Of course, I kind of like scratched the puppy love, but I still wanted to be fun, still be exciting. So that was like, that was the whole object of the Wonderful World. That's why I was on the cover like that, you know. Kango on.
You're having a good time. You look like he's having a great time.
And you listen to the album.
That's a party that I'm not sure I want to go to. It looks like he's having a great time.
But, you know, but that was kind of like, you know, I wanted it to be fun because music was so serious at that time. You know, we just lost Big and Pac, so everybody was just on edge and everybody's so serious, everybody's so on point. And I just wanted to like, let's calm down, let's have some fun, you know? And I wanted to just make an album where it was just like, I want you to laugh. Like, I was like, I just want people to hear this album and be like, yo, this nigga is funny as fuck. And laugh and enjoy it. So I had to tap into something different when it came to that. And I knew I had to do it. I wanted to do it. I just wanted to just, you know, like, you know, let my boy know what's going on. Let my boy know, like, you know, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. You know, till I'm dead and gone, I'm gonna keep repping you. I'm gonna keep stepping. I'm gonna make sure, you know, the family good and, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, Miss Wallace, man, you know, that's my other mother, you know? You know, I got a bunch of moms, you know, all the mafia moms, you know, those my mothers, you know.
You shouted them out on the intro of this album. And you apologized to them because you were like, I'm about to start cussing.
You know what I'm saying? Miss Spain, Miss Jackson, that's Nino moms, you know, Trife moms, Miss Wallace, you know, and she been holding me down since then, you know what I mean? She knew how important I was to Big, man. She embraced me even after that, like, you know, like, outside of all that, like, I know how much my son loved you and I'm here for you anytime. Like, she helped me out in some bad situations in my time where I was caught up in trouble and shit, and she was coming through, pulling up for me, man. So, you know, I love Mima to death.
That's beautiful. This album, I feel like, is underrated. It's not on the DSPs. Is there a reason for that?
Well, you know, with all this streaming stuff that's going on now, I got with this company that's like, you know, trying to just put me on to the streaming situation and, you know, somebody had my album up there and they were streaming it. I ain't getting paid.
You wasn't getting no paper.
I'm like, so I got with this company and they're kind of like scratching everything off all these like, you know, streaming sites and I'm gonna re-put it out and probably add like 2 or 3 more songs.
Under your control.
Yeah, under my control.
I did the same thing. I took a bunch. It's funny because I took a bunch of my albums. The ones I don't control all my albums. But the ones I control. When NDRE made her statement about how Joe Rogan gets this $100 million, but no musicians got a deal like that, I was like, she's right. And we have to, it starts with us. So I took my albums down off of streaming, a lot, the ones I control. And then I was trying to make an Instagram post. I have a picture with Raekwon, and I was like, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna post a song of me and Ray with the shit. And then I couldn't, because I had taken the song down. I gotta send it to Gino, we're gonna make a whole.
Nah, that's the, you know what? The same thing happened when I did the Riot Music album.
That's not up there either, right?
It's not up there either. And I had Method Man on that album, but they didn't clear Meth. So I still have the song. So, you know, when I just saw Meth the 2 times I was at the New York State of Mind thing, I was like, yo, I'm about to like re-put out this project, you know, and I'm gonna add some new songs to it. I'm also take some of these old songs I never got a chance to put out. He was like, all right, send it to me though to make sure I use that verse for nothing else. So I was like, all right, cool. But it was like, you know, but now it's like, it's the time now to, you know, do that. And I was like, take all that off, because everybody was like, do you get paid from streaming? I don't really know, I didn't know too much about it. I'm like, I don't know how that shit works. So what works, I didn't put my album up there. You know, I thought maybe Atlantic did it because that's a distribution company I was under, but it wasn't them. That was just somebody else putting my album up. And I heard it works like that with YouTube too. And
I'm about to put
Spotify.
You on.
I'm like,
somebody put your album up on YouTube 6 days ago. So get on that. Get that down.
Well, maybe it's the company. People. Yeah, because now this is what they're doing now. Now they're like, yo, we going to take everything and we're going to redo everything. And I'm like,
that's how I was able to
we want
revisit
everything to come back to to you. All these people are getting these subscribers and they're getting these sponsor money and advertisement money when it should be you getting that.
That's right.
It's your product. It's your music. It's your merch that they're pushing. So, you know, I'm happy to get down with these people. Shout out to my boy John Mensa. He's the one that put me on, and he's working on that for me right now. So, you know, that's a good thing to know now. I'm gonna start getting some visuals. So,
well, if it's them, then they on point who put it on YouTube. If it's not them, you put them onto it so they could get that taken down.
No doubt.
But that's how I was able to even access the album. Because I remember, like, you know, Play Around was a big record. And I remember it was on the radio.
Yeah.
But I don't recall seeing, like, you know, you see things pop up in your algorithm. I'm like, damn, this Wonderful World album, I ain't seen it in a minute.
Yeah.
And then researching you, I'm like, oh, it's not even up there.
Yeah. So I want to put it back out because, like you said, Kiss, he loved that album. The whole Locks loved that album. And Kiss is like, yo, I want you to put that album back out. We're just gonna add some songs to it. You know, he's like, yo, I love More Dangerous. I want to rhyme on that beat.
Yo, that Stay Dangerous or with More Dangerous? Like,
with Busta on the hook.
Shout out to Busta because you mentioned before that Busta was one of those people who was early looking for big in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And Busta has always sort of been there. Busta's just around. Busta's a driving force in my career. Personally.
No doubt, man.
I don't understand how this man has time to be so involved in everybody's career.
Yeah.
Me and Busta got 4 or 5 songs together.
Yep.
How I got 4 or 5 songs with the superstar who also got mad songs with Big, who also got mad songs with
mad features,
who also was signed to Cash Money, who also is Busta fucking Rhymes.
Yeah. That got his own, like, that does albums like
this nigga dropping an album tomorrow, I think. Blockbuster about to drop. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I went to the him and 50 tour, and you know, he shouted me out, brought me out for my birthday when they did West Palm. He had a studio in his dressing room. He got the speaker, he's nonstop working.
So I learned that from Busta Rhymes. My crew know that I have this dude, Federico. I bring a mobile studio around with me. Yeah. In 2004, All-Star Weekend in LA, I was staying at the W and I ran into Busta. And I was like, yo, I'm working on this mixtape. I was doing a mixtape, beautiful mixtape. I said, can you come in the studio? His studio, come to my room. It was him and Ricky up there in the room. And they had the shit set up in the room. And I've never looked back since. It's because of Busta I started doing it.
Like we need a statue of Busta in Brooklyn somewhere or just somewhere in Times Square, man. He needs that. Like, he's like, you know, Busta.
Right,
I mean, think about all these years.
Because that's where he be at.
Yep. From Leaders of the New School, like just he elevated his career. He's been doing this for so long, and he ain't been getting the props he deserved from even Leaders of the New School and just his own solo career, all the features. And outside of that, the conversations. Like, you know, like, I just seen Busta have so many conversations online with so many people. Like you said, where do he get the time to do all this? Not many one-on-ones, and, like, he inspired me to do music a lot. Like, the Letter to Big I did, he made me do that record. After Kiss did it, he was like, yo, you should do your own version to that. Let your shit out. You got to come back. This is when I started working out and I had my fitness company. He's like, yo, you look good. You looking healthy. You need to do your version to that. And you hear in the song, I say, yo, thanks to Busta Rhymes for inspiring me to do this record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he always one of those. And even to this day, I get a text from Busta or a call and it just simply be just checking on you, little bro.
Yeah.
Making sure you good. You all right? You working on something? Send me something. I'll send it right back to you. Like, that's one person you ain't got to ask. You tell me you're working on an album, he going to be like, yo, I'm on it. Like, like, I'm on that. Fine. Well, send me something. I'll send it right back to you tomorrow, God. You know, like,
because he's in the studio working every day.
Yeah,
every night he working, and you know, I was talking to Nori. I'm good friends with Nori.
Yes. Look, that's my Miami brother.
Yes,
you know
indeed.
what I mean? All day.
And I was noticing how with Nori, Busta's been this constant presence, and I'm gonna tie it back into you. Because, like, you know, Nori had that whole situation where the Foxy and the Kim situation. He wasn't around for that day. Yeah, he wasn't around for that situation.
Yeah, he wasn't there. Yeah.
But, you know, he never knew whether or not he was good with Kim behind that.
Yeah.
And he said he never actually met her until being around her because of Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
And Busta Rhymes always putting people in a position.
Yeah, for sure.
To sort of like powwow, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And I say that to say, for me as a fan, one of the most beautiful moments of hip-hop was seeing you and Kim reconcile.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know you known her longer than you known Big.
Yeah. I knew her longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, she used to go to school with my sister. Her and my sister was like super tight. They was best friends. So, you know, when she used to get into altercations with her brother and us, you know, her mom's down the block from us, she would come stay with my sister. And, you know, I mean, her and my sister sleeping one end of the bed, you know what I mean? So I knew Kim since I was like 6. 5, you know what I mean? Her coming to stay at my house with my sister. So, you know what I mean? Me and her bond was like really since like youngins, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that meant a lot to me, and I was gonna never stop, and and once I got older, I just knew, the right time, right situation. I knew it was gonna happen again one day, and right time, right place, right situation. I was trying to force it for a while, because that was the fam. I'm really big on keeping shit tight. You know what I mean? Family is all you got. This music shit don't mean nothing to me. If it comes down to having a relationship, then a musical situation, I take the relationship. You know what I mean? If you ask me, would you rather your career or have Big? I'd rather have Big back then. Fuck all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, family and just that bond with your brothers is everything, because we didn't meet musically. These people I actually grew up with. I know their mamas, I know their fathers, I know their brothers, I know their sisters, I know their uncles, I know their cousins. We done did functions, we done went to school together. We done gave clothes to each other, helped each other with each other homework. We done fought for each other. That's my family. And I had to fight for that. Even after turmoil, after bullshit, I still wanted, that was my goal, to put that together, because I know Big was sitting there like, y'all got to get this shit together. Right. And if it was one person he knew it'd be me. I'm like, I'm getting everybody together. And, by the grace of God, in 2023, all of us is tight right now. Me, D-Rock, C Gutta's home after doing 16 years. Me and Kim is tight. I get a chance to hang out with her daughter. Right. You know what I mean? That's my niece.
Crazy, because I met C Gutta at Quad in a Busta session. When he first got home, and Busta was playing me records that him and C Gutta worked on before he went in that still sounded fresh.
Yeah. Man. You know what I mean? So, that's the love, to have all of us together now and to actually grow with his kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, to hang out with Tiana, to hang out with CJ. Yeah. His moms is still here to see everything unfold, and we get to, rock for the estate and keep things going, to keep Big legacy alive. But it couldn't have happened with just me. Everybody got to be a part of that. The whole mafia, all the outside forces, the Lance Riveras, the D-Rocks, and the Gutters and the Money L's, and we all like super tight, just like how it was back then. Just minus B.I., but he's here.
That's beautiful.
Physically, the kids is here to represent him. His mom's here to represent him. So, we're gonna keep that shit going.
No doubt.
Salute to my sister, the Queen Bee. You know what I mean? We got to show them all. We're gonna be in Atlanta tearing shit up Saturday.
No doubt.
That's my sister, man. I love her for life, for sure. No doubt.
Now, on this Caesar Leo album, and throughout your career, you've mentioned Branson so much that I would be remiss if I had to bring it up.
Shout out to B-Love, man. Shout out to Branson, man.
I think Branson, is second to Big, got the most shout-outs from you.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Probably me or Redman. I give it to Redman, too.
Because Redman is introduced Branson to everybody, right?
Yeah.
The first one to brought it around. Yeah. Redman came on our show. He said he recently found a bag of Branson from back in the day.
Yeah. His mom found it's one. A skit. Yeah. It's a video he put up.
Oh, I didn't see
everybody be sending it to me like, yo, this right here, it was a triangle bag he used to have. Like, these 50s, they was triangle bags. And he was like, he found it in his mom's crib. He was like, yeah, this bag right here, this is Biggie. This is Little C's. This is Noriega. Like, just saying, because we used to always bump into each other at Branson's. Like, it ain't used to close till like 5 or 6 in the morning. So you could be creeping through there 4 o'clock in the morning, and Redman is sitting out there with Ed. God bless the dad. That was one of the guys that used to work in there. And we would just sit out there and just smoke with him before we go home, because that's when we all lived in Jersey. So you'll go right over to George Washington, you're going to Teaneck, you're going to Inglewood and Fort Lee. So it was easy just to go over the bridge real fast. Like, you hit Branson, yo, Ed there? Yeah, Ed there. We open till about 4. And we'll go shoot over there. Then Branson will come meet you out there and bring champagne out there. Before you know it, you out there till 7 in the morning. And Redman's pulling up, Nori's pulling up. Like, people would just pull up over there, dog. It was like a hangout, but he was the first one that had the great bud. Like, nigga, this when the chronic and we start getting hydro, and you had to go to Branson, though.
That's when Jadakiss said the weed is so strong they had to put it in glass jars, and niggas is like, ooh, that's a bar. And now niggas is like, of course it's in a glass jar. Yeah. What is you smoking on?
Yeah. Because we used to get jars, because Branson, when you wanted to get big, you used to buy the jars. So he had like O's for like $500 in a jar. We used to be like, yo, go get a jar of Branson. Or he knew that's how Big wanted his. I just go pick it up. And imagine, you couldn't even stash that. You ride in the whip, you can't stash them jars. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
where you gonna put that?
Caught with this shit, I'm fucked up. But it wasn't like how it is today, A cop will pull you over and be like, oh shit, Lil C's? I'd be like, listen, man, I just got some bud, dog. Like, all right, yeah, that's it? All right, yo, like, that was it. They wasn't fucking with you back then. You can't do that type of shit. And it's time now, you know what I mean? Like, one time we was on 145th Street. Branson was closed. There used to be another spot on Edgecombe, like one of these dark-ass blocks, like 143rd and Edgecombe. And I went in there and bought some weed. Matter of fact, and this is the day we was hanging out with, we was going to meet up with Chris Tucker. This was when Friday just came out. And I went and got like, they didn't have like the jars and shit, so I went and got like 30 bags. Big, like, just want to get like 30 bags and get a box of Dutchess, like the big box that had like 60 in it. And when I came outside, the car wasn't there. I'm like, what the fuck is the car at? So I'm looking, and this ain't no phone. No, this ain't the phone town. So I'm like, all right, maybe they spent the block. So when I'm walking out, a D car just come up, just right up. And I was so paranoid, I'm going in my pocket like this to throw the weed, to get the weed off of me. Cop like, yo, don't. And I'm just like pausing. I'm like, he like, you better not take your hand out your pocket. Stay still. And then I see Big on the corner get out the car like, no, that's him. That's my boy.
Right.
And they was like, yo, Big, tell your little bro, don't ever do that again, man. He was about to get lit the fuck up. But they told Big like, yo, listen, we watching this block. All right, you cool. We're gonna let you go with your bud. I didn't know, I don't know none of this. I'm coming out the spot and they come run up on me. I'm like, I just wanted to get the shit off of me. Like, you know how they say, just get it off you. That shit ain't on me. That shit was on the floor over there. Mm-hmm. And I made the wrong move and almost got Swiss cheese, dog.
Right.
And lucky Big was at the end of the next block. He was like, yo, nah, that's him. That's my little bro. And they was like, all right, cool. I'm coming out, dog, with 20 bags of weed and a big box of Dutchess. I'm caught in the red. Like, hey, what I would say? And they let us go, dog, and let us go home. Like, nah, that's Big, like
chocolate, peanut butter.
You know, at the end of the day, they was like, yo, we ain't tripping off that. We love you, Biggie. We looking for guns. You know, like, all right, yeah, go get your weed. You good. Sign this autograph for my kids, and that's what it was. So it was like leany back then. Now you nervous as fuck to get pulled over by a cop or any altercation. You don't want no problems with them at all. No, I don't even want to say hi. Yeah, so, you know, shit used to be crazy back then. But yeah, things like that was actually happening in those
You
times.
was so young, bro. It's like the movie, the Notorious movie, Mark John Jeffries plays you.
Yeah, yep.
I remember when it first came on, so I saw it in the theater. I was like, yo, the little kid from the computer commercial? Like, it's a little fucking kid. And then I was like, yo, C's was that young.
Yeah.
He was that little.
Yeah.
Like, because I know you as a man. So it just do me, man.
Yeah. 14, 15, before the rap, you know, we was outside early, man, you know. We was out there I was out there on the block.
You live quite a life.
Yeah.
You've lived quite a life.
And and it happened for the better, you know. If he wouldn't have scooped me up, Lord knows what would have happened, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So, you know.
And now you're legitimately iconic to the point where artists like Westside Gunn, Armani Caesar, they represent the new New York.
Yeah.
They got record named after you.
Yeah, yo, the internet went, like, while people was hitting me about that shit, was like, yo, you saw this? And I was like, I'm thinking that people thought I was on the song.
Right.
They was like, yo, nah, the name of the song is Lil C's. I was like, huh? Like, well, what?
Right.
The name of the song is Lil C's? I hit up West Guy, I was like, yo, my nigga, I appreciate that shout out. That's love right there, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was like, yeah, so once I heard that, I was like, you know, I hit up Westside Gunn, and I told him that was love, man. I told him I appreciate that, you know what I mean? Like, out of all of them, I really don't have too much connection with him, but I'm super tight with Benny. I'm super tight with Conway. Mm-hmm. And I fuck with Griselda, Ricky Hyde, you know what I mean? I fuck with all of them. So that was love. That was props like a motherfucker, like to have a song. I'm like, the name of the song is Lil C's?
Right.
And that was love, man. That was dope. So salute to the whole Griselda for that. I think Big made something out of that. Every time somebody shout me out in the song, the internet gonna let me know.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I mean? Like when Drake did it, you know, Drake did it. I heard Ross do it. I heard Big Sean do it. I heard Eric Sherman, I heard Meth, I heard like, you know, Big kind of like made that shit like a thing now. It's like, now, you know, the internet got it, people like, yo, you heard Big Sean shout you out? I'm like, nah, send me the song, let me hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, no, that's love. So salute to everybody that ever mentioned my name in the song. You know what I mean?
Doubt.
Like, that's love, man, you know?
No
I
doubt.
appreciate that.
No doubt. People mention my name in songs a lot. I always say, you can't be great until you shout me out in the record.
No doubt.
That's unlocking a level of greatness.
For sure. Nah, you know what I mean? Like, that's, you know, I mean, it's ill. I mean, you know, when you hear somebody say it, it's like, and the way they might word it, it'd be kind of dope. I mean, because people just know the relationship, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I talk to Beans all the time. That's my brother. You know, dog. Every time I mention Big, I got to mention you, dog. You know, like, you know, like, and so I get it and I understand it, you know what I mean? Like, at least people just know that, you know, that was the bond. That's real shit. You know what I mean? Like, because that's kind of like that's every rapper's like thing. They're like, yo, I want somebody that cool. Like, you know, and that's how Beanie be like, yo, I want a nigga to be like, I want a Lil C's with me. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know, everybody kind of compare their homeboy to that type of situation. You
That's
know what I'm
dope.
saying? But Big had a bunch of them. It wasn't just me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, ask Nino.
Right.
You know, like, he had a bunch of them. He would shout out D-Rock a lot. You know what I mean? He was just letting you know, like, this is my unit. This is my team. And And you gonna remember his bars, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I met Snoop. For the first time, I wasn't even a rapper yet. But Snoop was like, who the motherfucker Lil C's you be talking about? And Big was like, that little nigga right there. That nigga pulled out an O or some chronic and was like, yeah, you talking about you roll a lot of weed all the time, nigga, roll this up. And that was my first that was my first introduction to meeting Snoop before Junior Mafia was even out. So shout out to the Unc. That's been my dog over 30 years, you know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful.
No doubt.
Well, thank you for your time and energy. We love having you. What's next for Lil C's?
Documentary. I'm working on a documentary. It's called From a Young G's Perspective. Basically, it's just gonna be me telling my story from my perspective as a youngin' to where I'm at right now. And it's gonna be a book too. The book is gonna be the same title. You know what I'm saying?
We need more books.
From a Young G's perspective, I never did a book yet. I never did a book. I never did a doc. So every time you see a Biggie doc or you see these hip hop documentaries or specials on Netflix, of course I'm a part of them. But everybody was like, yo, we want to hear yours. Like, you know what I mean?
There's a lot of little YouTube docs about Junior Mafia and all that.
Yeah.
I avoided all of those in the research. I said, instead of watching those, I'm gonna listen to the song.
Yeah, they got your live videos up now and shit like that now. If you on live or you just say something on Instagram, they're making stories out of those on YouTube now. I be looking at shit and be like, when did I say that? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, that is me.
I was on live and shit like that. What? They done put that in the whole documentary or something that they made on their own. Like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But it's love. I mean, just to know that the people are still interested. You know what I mean? They still tapping in. That's dope. But I want to tell my story. And of course, I got the Wonderful World of Caesar Leo too. But before that, I'm doing this project called The Heart of the City. So I've been working on that. It's just like kind of like a mixtape, but it's all original songs still. And I'm going to put that out before I do The Wonderful World, because that's kind of like almost done. I don't want to say the features I got on there because people are going to be surprised of who I got on it, and it's almost done. Kiss is helping me with that too. And that's just kind of what I'm doing right now. Hopefully, we can get this Mafia album done too. Yeah. I definitely want to do some music with Kim and the rest of the Mafia.
Me as a fan, I'd love to hear that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And she wants to do it too. So, it's just that the schedules be conflicting. She's out running around doing a whole bunch of shit, working her ass off, modeling and everything. But y'all gonna definitely get some Lil Kim and Lil C's and Junior Mafia music. And
Word up. Well, stop playing around and give us some more play rounds.
Yeah, I got to. Come on, man. You know what I mean? I got to get you on the record. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I'm here.
Come on,
I'm
dog,
like Busta. Said it to me. It'll
Come on,
be
man.
done.
We Brooklyn for life.
Yes,
you know what I
indeed.
mean? You're definitely a legend. You're definitely one of the boys that been putting it down, man. So I had to pull up for you, dog.
I
It's always
appreciate
love,
that.
man. Always love.
The People's Party appreciates and honors Little C's.
No doubt. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. No doubt.
Yeah.